Hello folks, very warm welcome to a rather cold location by the looks of it. Welcome to another video in the Microsoft Sim, freshly updated with World Update XI. XI was 11 when I went to school. The World Update that takes into account the beautiful country of Canada, or Canada, as a former Australian Prime Minister once pronounced it. Yes, we are going to be flying in Canada. And we are going to be flying from an airport that has received the makeover treatment. This is Bella Coola, the beautiful Bella Coola. I don't know how many developers have had a go at designing or redesigning Bella Coola. Payware, freeware, all the wares, folks, over the years. Asobo have given it the makeover treatment, renovated it a little bit. Looks the business, doesn't it? Beautiful day here in Bella Coola in Western Canada. So this flight will be a flight across Canada. It won't be a review, it won't be a detailed look at World Update 11. Plenty of other channels, folks, for you to check out if you're interested in that comparison of World Update versus the non-World Update. Lots of other choices out there, folks, for you. This will be a flight for me in this beautiful beast. This is the, of course, the FlySimWare Chancellor. Haven't flown it for a little while, and it's been updated a couple of times since I've last flown it. This is version 3.2.0, resplendent in the N48 Alpha Mic, or November 48 Alpha Mic for the purists livery. I think this is a Ron Atwood livery. Does some fantastic work. Hats off to you, sir, and all of our livery artists out there. Anyway, we're going to be flying in Canada, or across Canada, from Bella Coola, this airport that's received a makeover, to another airport that has received a makeover in a different part of Canada, about 400 odd miles away. Let me fire up a little nav map and show you where we're going. And here is a little nav map, folks. As I said, begin our journey in Bella Coola, which is there, heading in a sort of generally a southeasterly direction, tracking along the water there. Overhead Vancouver, we'll go right across the top of the Vancouver VOR, and then across to, in a easterly direction, across to a place called, well, I know it as Castlegar, but I think officially the name of the airport is West Kootenay. West Kootenay. Now, I'm not Canadian, clearly. I've never been to this part of Canada either. Is this region known as West Kootenay? Oh, Kootenay Mountain. There you go. Canadian locals, I'm sure that you'll correct me and fill me in or clarify in the comments. And a shout out to all of my Canadian viewers. I know I have a few of you, and it's great to be flying in the virtual sense in your country today. So a journey of 492 nautical miles. Okay. What did I say earlier about 400? I've miscalculated that. 492, so that's quite a hike. Let's call that 500. What's 8 nautical miles between friends? 500 nautical miles in the Chancellor, it's going to take a while. Specifically about 2 hours and 11 minutes. That's okay. Now, obviously the end result here, the video that you see on the tube, won't be 2 hours and 11 minutes long. It's not the sort of videos I make. I don't wish to make you suffer. I consider you my friends. So I'm not going to extend the pain for 2 hours. That's for sure. Anyway, folks, that's the plan. Bella Coola to, well, I was going to say Castlegar. Bella Coola to West Kootenay Regional in the Chancellor. Let's go flying. Alright, so engine start has been achieved, folks. Isn't this a beautiful aeroplane, eh? Now, this is not going to be a look at what the update to the aeroplane, the most recent update has been. I don't know. I haven't done any research whatsoever in terms of what's the difference between when I last flew this aeroplane. I'm just going to assume that it's all good. This aeroplane has just continued to get better and better. We've had a few, there was a few during the beta phase, which went on for a long time. There was a few updates that kind of felt a little bit regressive in some respects, but the developer, Mr. FlySimWare, got there in the end, and now has one of the best, certainly one of the best GA aircraft available for the Microsoft Sim. And yeah, I really have enjoyed flying it, and it's great to be back. Great to be back inside. Now, those of you that are wondering, Jude is absent. I've given her the day off, folks. Quite frankly, we need a break. I know that I've said before that too much Jude is barely enough, but bloody hell, even the old man who's used to copping a bit of stick occasionally needs a flight where he's not going to be trash talked the whole time. Just wants a nice leisurely adventure over here in Canada. Parking brake can be released. We'll make our way out here past the PC-12, sort of head across towards the buildings, check them out while we're here. Why not? Hey, this looks very nice indeed. Welcome to, what does it say there? I'm going to guess that it says Bella Coola, does it? If I jump outside, what does that sign say? Where am I going? Welcome to Bella Coola something. Bella Coola, well, we won't labour the point, mate. The building's impressive, isn't it? Welcome to the Bella Coola Valley. Got there in the end. Commitment. And we've just got to make sure we don't hit anything here. A little bit of a challenge. We've got the buses, the Bowsers, the tanks, the buildings. It all looks very authentic to me. I'm not local, admittedly, but looks the business. Now we probably want to take off from this end. Runway, what is it? 23 here at Bella Coola. Let me jump back inside because I'm making myself sick. And not good sick. Not like the cool kids say, fully sick. No, just sick. Crook, as us old fellas say. Runway 23 will be the go, folks. But before I can take off, I'm going to need to get some stuff sorted out. Here, don't mind me, folks. I'll just pause the video capture here for a minute while I take care of some life stuff. I'll see you on the runway in a bit. Alright, lined up runway 23. Look at that breeze. That is a stiffy, if ever I saw one. And both windsocks agree. A mutual stiffness, you might say. It's all crosswind too, folks, so we are in trouble here. 19 knots blowing across the nose in the Chancellor. Yeah, this could be mighty interesting. This is where at least one viewer is thinking that's beyond the crosswind limits of the aircraft. This is going to end badly, pal. But you're going to stick around to see it, aren't you? Hey, it's like car accidents, folks. Most of my videos tend to be like that. You just can't help but look. Are we good to go? I think so. We've got our transponder doing its thing. We might just reset our trim a tad. I think it's probably warm enough. Landing lights probably should be on, which is down here. We've got our pitos on. Yeah, I think we're right to go. We've got 8.5 plan. That's below lower safe, but we're kind of going to follow. Hopefully, we remain visual, and we'll follow the valleys and make our way across. Shall we do it? Let's do it. Introduce that juice. Lots of aileron into the breeze, as in full aileron, mate. Full power set. Lots of left boot required here. Can we keep it on the strip? The strip's a bit hard to determine, isn't it? And we're already slip sliding, folks. We're in trouble. Up through 60. In a lot of trouble already. Oh boy, oh boy. Is there a runway underneath us? Oh, look at this. Oh, there's 90 knots. Can we do it? Can we rotate? Can we rotate? Bang. Look at that grab angle. We'll call positive brake gear up. There we go, folks. We're done. Oh boy. Slip sliding away we were, folks. That's how not to fly. We'll also take flaps up as well. Bring the juice back a bit. Bring the props back a tad, back into the green. 2,500 on the props. We'll just we'll follow the valley out here, folks, for a bit. I'll join you at various points during the flight. 2 hours flying time for me. Will end up being sort of a 20-25 minute video for you. We'll see you en route. Alright, just over 1 hour into this flight at the moment. 1 hour and 6, or just about to be 1 hour and 7 minutes into the flight. This would be Texada Island. Is that how you pronounce it, my Canadian friends? Texada? I'm not entirely sure. Looks like there's been some mining activity here on the island, has there? If you do hail from this part of the world, give us a shout. Comments. Always good to hear from people that actually live in the locales that feature in some videos. Been a fantastic flight, just beautiful weather conditions. The sim is performing beautifully. Aircraft, no dramas at all. It looks a treat. Performance-wise, it's great. Yeah, cannot complain. Really enjoying the flight so far. So we've got about, well, it says 1 hour and 33 minutes according to the GTN ahead of us. So it's going to make for a slightly longer flight than planned. We have been battling a headwind most of the way. Once we climbed out of Bella Coola, got rid of that crosswind, it kind of then turned around. Once we climbed over the hills, it became a bit of a, I don't know, a bit of a southerly basically since then. And we've been battling that. So we're getting along the ground at 185 knots, hence the slightly, yes, longer flight than originally forecast. Why don't we have a look at what World Update 11 has brought to the sim? Alright, here's the official site, the official release notes over here at flightsimulator.com. Blowing up extra big for the old fellas, fading eyesight. So World Update 11 Canada now available. There is a trailer that you can watch. There's a bit of a blurb. I'm not going to read all of that. I want to get down to the release notes. So they have improved the Tin Cities. Tin Cities. What does Tin Cities mean? Or should that be 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not 10. What's 10 cities? Anyway, don't mind me, folks. There's a whole lot of work being done to all of these cities. Points of interest, the POIs, lots and lots of stuff that I'm sure that locals will be interested in. I doubt that we'll notice any of them in this video. It's not a review. I couldn't tell you where most of this stuff is located in Canada. But look, there's a whole lot of stuff that's been done. Airports. So Bella Coola is where we departed from. No, they've got it mentioned as Castlegar is where we will arrive, and then they've also done Dawson City, Deer Lake, and how the hell did you pronounce that word? I'm not even going to try, lest I offend the population of Canada. 9 exciting missions. They put 3 new bush trips. I typically do that. With a world update, I'll do one of the bush trips just to have a bit of a look, but I kind of lose interest in bush trips pretty quickly, so I haven't featured many of them on the channel. 3 landing challenges, being Castlegar. That's where we're going today. We'll make it a challenge, no matter what happens. We'll turn it into a challenge. And 3 discovery flights, being Vancouver, Montreal, and Toronto. World Update 11 now available, folks. About 6-7 gigs, something like that, will be added to your hard drive when you install this World Update. I'll see you closer to our destination. Alright, Greater Vancouver, folks. That'll be Vancouver International Airport. We're going to pass to sort of to the south of it, right overhead the VOR, before making a left dogleg towards Castlegar. Noticing some cloud build up over the hills, potentially a bit of rain over there as well. That's why I've dropped down from 8.5. We're down at 5.5 now. We should provide us with enough sort of clearance from cloud. I'm hoping that we're sort of heading into the hills, and at some point we're going to hit terra firma, I think, if we just follow the magentas. So we might need to do a little bit of actual flying, mate, along the way, this in the latter stages of this flight. Just beautifully represented here in the sim. She's a bit, I don't know, she's a bit washed out in the distance. I know some people sort of complain about that. I'm not complaining, I'm just making an observation. Here's what it looks like from inside the VC. The whole eye adaptation. Is it adaptation or adaptation? One of the two. Has that been disabled in the sim? I'm not exactly sure. I've had mine switched off for yonks, so yeah, I mean, and people complaining about a dark panel. Now, if I actually I will do this. I'll show you this. I've got NVIDIA game filter set. I've been playing around with this. I've actually taken one of the filters off, the color filter, which I've had for ages. I've actually taken it off. I actually like the colors in the default sim, but if I turn the game filter off, things get a little bit dark, but still not as dark as what some are reporting. Really, my game filter provides just a slightly brighter environment for my tired old eyes. Yeah, so Vancouver, let me jump back outside now. Vancouver, there she is. One of the few bits of dirt that I've actually placed my feet on in real life. Vancouver, not for very long, that was a while ago. I don't particularly have good memories of Vancouver, not because of the place, anything wrong with the place or the people or anything like that. Just because it's where something special ended. For me, I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, I have flown here many times in P3D, not so much in X-Plane, and I don't think I've been here at all in the Microsoft Sim. So this is a bit of a treat. I'm guessing that some of the POIs appear here in Vancouver. Do they? Locals, you will know. I'm sure there'll be other simmers, other channels for you to watch. I seem to spend a fair bit of time telling people to go and watch something else. You have never had greater choice for the content that you consume, folks, when it comes to flight simulation. There are channel after channel after channel after channel. New channels every single day. We live in the golden age of flight simulation and the golden age of accessible content as well. So this is Vancouver. Look, it looks fantastic to me. But I'm also not qualified to tell you how accurate stuff is, and we're not going to zoom in on gear. It just looks great. That's all I'll say, folks. I'm going to sort of head out there in that direction somewhere once we hit the VOR. Yeah, and I'll join you for the sort of concluding stages of this flight. So I hadn't planned to capture this portion of the flight, folks, but I thought I would. If you have a look at the top left, I know it may be difficult, I may zoom in post-production, but my frames have taken an absolute battering here. We're down to 20, not even getting 20 at the moment, FPS. It's been a steady 30 until we hit this part of Vancouver, and she's struggling to get much above 20 now. Very noticeable. I mean, it's beautiful. It's so good. But performance-wise, it's struggling. Look at those showers. It's just gorgeous. But that might be something worth noting. I just share this for information, folks. Nothing's changed in terms of my settings. I've been doing a steady 30 from the get-go. Once we got over Vancouver, the heart of Vancouver, we dropped. We're now trying to climb back towards 30. It's going to get there. There it is. It's trying hard. The GPU is working really hard. It's maxed out at this point. 99% usage. It's having to earn its money today. Anyway, folks, I'll see you for the approach. And welcome back to the flight, folks. We're on our approach, on our way down into Castlegar. Just left 7,500. So you can get across the hills at 7,500. We've been VFR pretty much all the way across. But at 7,500 you do need to kind of maneuver around some taller peaks. 5.5, which is what we were as we traversed over Vancouver, is not gonna cut it, I don't think. So climbed to 7.5 and we did it okay with a couple of short diversions from track, you might say. And yeah, on our descent here into Castlegar. Actually expecting some good conditions, very light winds in Castlegar. The weather's turned a little bit gloomy. Been beautiful and bright, but how well is it represented, eh? Just a gorgeous place to fly. That trip from Vancouver, which is out there somewhere, across here to Castlegar, doing it VFR, scooting across the top of the hills in a great aeroplane in this sim. Oh, magic stuff. Having a little bit of trouble maintaining our selected rate of descent. We've got to plug in for 1,000 feet a minute. It doesn't want to do 1,000 feet a minute. What we're going to do is actually take autopilot out at this point. I think Georgie may have given up the ghost. It's been a long flight, 2 hours and 33 minutes to this point. Probably about 20 minutes in video time though. We'll just truck down the river here, make a right hand turn and probably land runway 15 in Castlegar. You know what? It's life's a funny thing, folks. I was mentioning earlier about Vancouver having some, mixed memories, I should say, for me, because it was the end of something good. As I was flying from Vancouver across the hills, life piped up again and informed me that something good is coming to an end again, right now. Well, something good for me is coming to an end, and something good for another person is about to start. And life's funny like that. So Canada kind of has some, well, I don't know, I'm carrying some baggage now about the joint, aren't I? Canada, where good things end. There you go, Canada Tourist Board, take that on board. As the birds chirp their way into, you always have to get yourselves into a clip, don't you, birds, hey? You've been remarkably quiet until this point, and you realise that we're about to end the video, and you think, oh, we better get ourselves heard, hey? Anyway, folks, on descent we continue. Quite a steepish descent now. Look, this has not been a review of World Update 11 by any stretch of the imagination, but I've thoroughly enjoyed this flight. It's been a little bit longer than what I'd ideally like, and 2 hours 35 minutes in the seat, a bit long for the old fella. We might take flap here shortly. We're 5 miles, we're 3,000. I think the elevation here is about 1,600. So we're okay. We're about 1,600 above. We're doing all right. Long time since I've been to Castlegar in the sim. The last time would have been flying that beautiful, majestic even, Q400 in P3D. What a great aircraft. Jeez, I hope we get that in this sim. Oh, happy days. Die a happy man if we get that in this sim. I think I may die before I get happy. Yeah, I don't know. Do they have plans to bring it in? Maybe. We'll take a bit of flap here, I think. Oh, this is fantastic. But yeah, love that aeroplane. Used to fly it over in this part of the world, in the FS economy space. Fly for a group over here. I can't remember the guy's name who used to run that group. I don't know if he's still around. That's going back a while. But used to make some virtual coin flying the Q400 between his FBAs over here in this part of the world. Love that aeroplane. Oh, fantastic. Castlegar, folks, at a 1 o'clock position. Runway 15 will be the plan. We'll take gear at this point. So we've got 3 whites, 1 red. And through about 115 knots. Bring some power in, retrim. From memory, you kind of fly the river track and then make a right-hand turn on a 15. We're getting a little bit high now. We can take landing flap, please. Probably made a slightly early turn there. The field is elevated. Here she is, Castlegar, Canada. Trimming. Is that runway? It looks a bit washed out, doesn't it? Coming in a little bit hot. The runway numbers look very small, don't they? Nice wide runway though. We'll go into idle and a bit of a flare. Bottom off just a tad. We're floating it a little bit quick there on the approach. There's touchdown. Centre line adjacent, we'll call that. Onto the brakes. Absolutely nil wind. Oh, we've still managed to slip and slide it around. That's the rudder pedals being showing their age, folks. They don't work as well as they used to, but neither do I. Folks, thanks for your company on another video. This has been a flight from Bella Coola across here to Castlegar in World or after World Update 11. I hope you're enjoying Sim Update 10. I hope you enjoy this World Update and explore it in more depth than what I have today. But, stay well, keep enjoying yourself, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.